Now let's get to it. For to reach, Shibuya Scramble. For the most scrambly of scrambly eggs. Alright, what happened last time was that we were playing as Tama here, and then we hit a brick wall because unfortunately Tama unfortunately, because of Tama's boss getting arrested, she didn't get paid, and then it just kind of stopped there. So I assume we cannot progress until we fix that situation. And the hint it gave was that if somebody didn't give the thugs directions to this place, then her boss wouldn't have been carted off like he was. So of course my thinking is, we're going to need to find out who on earth runs into these people. Just got more snacks now. Never mind. Anyway, let's try Achi, because I got a bit taken away with Tama here. Because look at that, cute. But we need to find out what's going on with him and Hitomi, because they had a gun in their face last time we saw them. The man with the cane aimed his gun at Hitomi, his face devoid of emotion. Please, girl said, trembling. Why are you doing this? The man did not reply. He actually stepped in between Hitomi and the gun, spreading his arms wide. Stop! He said in English, one of the few English words he knew. Guri reverted back to Japanese. Who the hell are you? Still, the man did not respond. You know this guy, Hitomi? No. And she was sure he'd never seen the man either. What are you after? Money? Because if you are, boy, are you wasting your time chasing us. And furrowed his brow, adjusting the point to Achi's face. His pathetic gaze left Achi no doubt that he was willing to pull the trigger. Oh shit. So the Achi took a step back and his foot clattered against the discarded beer bottle. Man, gun down for sure. I still want to know why the hell these people want to kill these girls. I mean, the kidnapping, sure, money, but then this guy wants to kill her, even though they've gotten the money. Which makes no sense. Unless we can find some way to catch this guy off guard. It didn't need to be much. But he just a governed for a moment by himself the briefest window. Shoot me then. Go on, do it! Step forward, he shouted over the provocation, would confuse the guy for just long enough. Ah, he got a phone call. As Achi moved, the gunman's attention was distracted for an instant by a sudden sound. Friends best fuck was see his chance, Achi. Here we go. What's gonna lead to death and what's not? Listen, the gun away might kill someone. We'll just run, we'll get shot. I'm thinking, yeah! And Jones actually summoned the beer bottle and swung at the assassin. Now, not only avoided being struck, but he staggered wildly off balance. Tell me, Guri actually grabbed her by the hand and dashed out of the club. She sprinted away through the side street and the alleys of Shibuya. I began to feel as if they were running some maddening maze. All along, the two had made it almost as far as Ioma. Well, huh? Actually, wait up. She glanced back at Hitomi. Ah, my bad, guess yet. You've been running pretty hard. You tired? Hitomi shook her head. No, it's just I have to get to Dogonzaka. Dogonzaka? What for? How could she possibly need to do that what could she possibly need to do there now? That's what I was told when I handed over the attaché case. Oh! And he whispered, reached the case. You're going to do exactly as I tell you. 2 things. You wore a cool foreign smile as if he were some casual conversation. First, you're going to go to Dogonzaka and get in blue van there. Second, you are not attempted to contact either the police or your family in the meantime. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. Is the chap working for them or not? Because he can't be if they want her to get into this van. I mean, think about it. This man took the money and wanted her to meet them in a van. In some kind of blue van. The other chap, who I assumed was working for him, has been trying to kill her. Which it seems is a bit counterproductive. You don't try and kill someone that you're trying to get somewhere, do you? Just 2 things if you'll let your sister go. To we noted again, the man flashed her big bite grin. Okay then, give me the money. A blue van in Dogonzaka, huh? She muttered, so that's why you said the police were no-go. Yes, exactly. Joe's voice betrayed her desperation. I wonder if your sister is in that van, then. If she is, then we've got to hurry. The issue lay in how to get to Dogonzaka. They could probably avoid their pursuer if they kept to the streets only the locals usually knew about. That meant staying off the more well-trafficked routes like Roppongi or the stretch between Miyamasuga and the station. The side roads south of the station were their best bet. It was going to be a long detour. Alright, come on. Did they actually head back the way they'd come? After a moment's confusion, Hitomi followed. Actually, there was a note of worry in her voice. Hey, don't sweat. I actually live in Dogonzaka. We're headed right back to my old neighborhood. Hitomi bowed her head. Thank you so much. Hey, it's no problem. I had to head home anyway. She gave her a grin and she cracked a tiny smile of her own. Aww. Hey, you two, you got a minute? Oh, shit. It's the thugs. Put them over to the street. There's something shady looking about them. Primitive instincts kicked in and he stepped in front of him. You think you guys meant trouble? He wanted to be ready. I just want to ask you something. Then the 2 men drew in close, a sharp gleam in his eye. She braced himself. Ask us what? You know where the Nokane building is? A flyer. It was some sort of health food sales demo. Come on, man, Nokane building. You know where it is or not? You knew the name. Wasn't that the building in the center of Gaia? That was near Dogonzaka, the same direction as he was going. Unfortunately, I found out that there is harm in telling them, so yeah. We're going to have to tell them in the opposite direction. Don't know, I thought these two following Hitomi and me. She went in the opposite direction and they said again, guy. Pretty sure it's that way, he said. Thanks, man. Sorry to bother you. Two men headed off the main road. No, yeah, that we helped, what's her name? Now they don't interrupt, a thing. I mean, now they don't interrupt the demo by taking that guy away. Right, let's see. Into me, following the sparsely trafficked side streets towards Dogenzaka. I don't think I even knew this part that Shibuya was here. Until me then she looked around. Yeah, a lot of people don't. I used to mess around in the neighborhood when I was a kid. You see, now... all these other ones we haven't touched yet. But now... Tama can actually move forward. But for the moment, let's stay with Achi until we get to the end point. Here's a mishmash of rundown residences and office buildings. Also, nobody ever comes here unless they live or work on those streets. And check it out! Oh, there's a very first-hand glimpse of the Shibuya River. In the 36 views of Mount Fuji by Edo period ukiyo-e artist. Alright. Fireflies were collected from the Shibuya River and presented to the shogun, lending credence to the idea that the river was indeed clean in the past. That's no guarantee it was clean. Have you always lived in Shibuya, Achi? Yep, born and raised. She bent down and picked a piece of trash on the roadside. That's why I do this. It just pisses me off to see folks make a mess of this place. Picked up another piece of trash. I don't have a job, so I just pick up garbage every day. Man, what am I even doing? Like, clean up even matters right now. Took a long, hard look at his face. What? What is it? You're a strange one, Achi. That's so? She was right, of course. It was sort of strange collecting trash every day instead of getting a job. He had his reasons for it, but they weren't important right now. But then the important thing was getting Hitomi to Dogenzaka. Come on, he murmured. A sudden angry shout broke the silence as they hurried along. Hey, hold it right there! She and Hitomi stopped, but the shout wasn't directed at them. Ooh! Well, the road, a group of thuggish-looking men were having some kind of argument. The man was shouting and grabbed one of the others by the neck. Idiots! And you still got the gall to call yourselves SOS? Oh, the studs of Shibuya. Ew. A youth gang operating out of Shibuya founded by Achi Endo. Current leader is Susami Shizawa. Wait, they're founded by Achi. I mean, yeah, it's Susumu, but the other men standing around looked distinctly uncomfortable. It takes money to run an organization. No, I know, and since it's not like you're Achi or anything, I thought you could maybe spare some help on that front, boss. Top dog, the man in charge, the head honcho. Here refers to the leader of SOS Susumu. A change in leadership can really shake up the organization. The new boss's personality and disposition are a huge factor in whether the group continues to prosper. The fact that Susumu is being asked to spare some help on the monetary front suggests that he still has things to learn about being in charge. Actually, with a stranger spoke his name. He smiled awkwardly, then turned back to the altercation. Shut your mouth, Susumu barked. How dare you say Achi's name in my presence? Hey! What was that about me? Ho ho! As soon as they saw him, the other men went pale. Achi kept his tone casual as he strode up to the group. Sumo, you can't just give the guy a beat down in broad daylight. Yeah, to mess someone up super bad, usually yeah. I gotta guess that's what I meant. Don't want to shock the upstanding citizens of our fair city. Achi. Super glad. Can we drop the pleasantries? Alright. Actually, if I don't hint us, no? You got it, Sumo. But I'd like to point out, we're not on first name basis. Ooh. That Sumo turned and stalked away. His buddies followed suit, leaving Achi and Hitomi alone again. Did you know that guy? Hitomi asked. His name's Susumu Nishizawa. And yeah, I know him. Oh, I thought I did. Used to be friends, way back. Me and those guys are all part of the same crew. But I bailed a little while ago. And she fell silent. To his great relief, he told me he didn't pry further. Jimmy had gone a short distance further when he caught sight of a man picking something up along the side of the train tracks. Huh? I wonder. She went over to him. Hey man, you picking up trash by any chance? Huh? The man let out a panicked shout. The man. Tesai Yasuda, 35 years old, just opened up a knick-knack shop in Shibuya. Actually, no Shibuya, like the own backyard, but this Yasuda guy is new enough that Actually doesn't recognise him. Oh, okay. So just kind of like that's what we were doing. Oh, yeah, I'm picking up trash, of course. The guy seemed pretty unnerved. Like, I just got to thinking, man, this place is filthy. Right on! She grabs the man in his own. Someone else who gets it. They do? Totally. I mean, look at all the trash all over the place, and I can't stand it. Yeah, sure. Man breathed a sigh of relief. I can't stand it when someone throws something away when it can still be useful. I hear that. That's the spirit. And she pulled out the trash he'd stuffed in his pocket. Here you go. Huh? Go ahead, have all of it. The man looked dumbfounded. Usually I go around picking up the trash around here. But I've got a little thing I gotta do today. You got it from here. I'm counting on you. What? Actually, I'm kind of... Great, thanks. And she beamed in approval when we joined Tommy heading down the street. Man let out a sigh. Fine. I mean, he obviously wasn't cleaning up trash. I think he was being highly suspicious there. Sim through now back only, they came near the top of Dokensaka. Actually looked down the hill, but didn't see a blue van anywhere. You know, Tommy started making their way down towards Shibuya Station. Tommy mutters to herself, I don't see it parked anywhere around here. Face twisted up with worry. It's a lot harder to find street parking closer to the station. Tommy, hold up. Actually, that's an idea. He darted into a nearby soba restaurant, motioning for Hitomi to follow him. Hey, he called out to the proprietress, a sharp-eyed middle-aged woman. You're looking lovely as ever today, I see. Oh, Archie. Are you done collecting trash for the day? The lady took a look at Hitomi, her eyes lighting up. Maki? That's not the same Maki, is it? When she was 19, she happened to stop by this place and was captivated by the chilled curry soba. By the day's end, she had decided to make the restaurant her new home, marry the owner at the age of 22, and they managed the establishment together. Last year, her husband of 30 years passed away. Now she safeguards the generational secret of chilled curry soba. Okay. Is that your girlfriend? Huh? Oh no, it's not like that. But just undetected. Oh, she looks just like a model. She's a spitting image of me at that age. My, she's got himself a girlfriend. I said it's not like that. Oh, waved Tommy over. Now, you know I just got a bit of a mouth on him, and he's not the sharpest tool in the shed, but he's a sweet boy. Okay. He forced a polite smile on her face. He'll try to deny it, but don't you listen. Has he told you about Suzune? Man, please. She jumped into the conversation. You gotta hear me out. Oh, matter, I'm just trying to talk to you at good points. Have you seen a van parked around here? A van? Let me think. Yes, can think there was. A blue one, she added confidently. To lean forward. Where is it now, she asked. I'm not really sure. I don't keep a close eye on things outside, after all. I see. That doesn't look like it, but it's been quite busy today. The man who makes my noodles came by earlier to settle accounts, and we fought over it. No head finances, that one. That's his problem, honestly. Oh, on top of that, of course, my part-time massa has to have a day off. Massa? In Doyo Academy, a sweet young man who works as a part-time delivery driver for Dogen Hut and sends all his leftover money to his mother out of the country. And yeah, I know he's got himself a girlfriend and he's been sending money back home less frequently. His new house job doesn't pay enough to both support his mum and cover his dating expenses, so he's scheming for a way to make it rich. Ah, okay. Has she really seen a blue van, or was she just being chatty? Seems to have a knack for spotting details. Innovation wasn't always reliable. Yeah, ask the tobacco woman, why not? All the women who run tobacco shops or noodle houses did seem to have a knack for spotting details. I actually decided to follow up some more. Was there something unusual about this van? Well, let me think. I frowned, pausing for a moment of thought. Ah! Flash of recollection shone in an eye. That's right, now I remember. I think there was some foreigner sitting inside. She and Tori exchanged glances. Yes, I'm sure of it. The man who makes my noodles said he saw it too. Was there anything else? Tori asked. No, not that I can remember. Tori hung her head in frustration as they left the sober shop. Actually did his best to cheer her up. Hey, we might still find the car. Let's try waiting around here for a while. Just waiting? What good would that do? It's possible that they weren't looking for you when they didn't show up. When you didn't show up, she said. Maybe they'll come back, you know? It said on the edge of the planter in the restaurant. But the criminals already have the money, she said anxiously. We must understand the implications. Now that the crooks had the ransom, their hostage was nothing but a liability. Why take a risk of letting her go when they already had what they wanted? Good question. The situation was bad, very bad. Still, just running around Shibuya willy-nilly was only going to tire and frustrate them. Actually, I wanted to make sure Hitomi had the chance of a little break. They have anywhere else to look, so let's just give it 10 minutes, okay? To wasting arguments, she looked like she might just march off down Dozaka Rainbow. That's how you must feel, but know what they say. Slow and steady, stay in place. Itoi burst out laughing. What's so funny? It's slow and steady wins the race. For real? Itoi smiled and sat down beside him. Alright, she said, we can wait here for 10 minutes. Cool, we've run enough races today already, right? Tui kept her eyes on the cars passing through Donsaka for a while. Then she murmured softly to Achi. Thank you so much for everything, really. You can thank me after we find this van. I'm sure if I'd been by myself, I'd have been in too much of a panic to do anything. What can I say? I try to keep my head up and face things as they come. You're quite the optimist, aren't you? Hachi quickly tried to recall what optimist meant. He was pretty sure it had something to do with doctors, or maybe glasses. That's optometrist, not optimist. The shy, sweet-looking Hitomi's face as she said it, though, made him figure it probably wasn't a bad thing, whatever it was. Cars drifted on by, one after the other. But they saw no sign of the blue van. After a while, even Ashi began to grow impatient. This was starting to feel like a waste of time. And then... blue van? Tommy, look! There it was. No! Denied access. Right. Now, with Hammer, we've unlocked that bit about. However, makes more sense when we do the other characters, doesn't it? Like, why is this going on? What's Kano doing? Him and his dictatum. So we found the blue van, it seems. However, next moment isn't going to lock itself. Alright, as he wandered through the back alleys, Kano grit his teeth. Going after the guy on the bike had been a bad judgment call. By the time he got back up onto the pedestrian overpass, the man who'd thrown the attaché case was almost out of sight. Kano prided himself on being fleet of foot, but he knew even he would never catch up with the guy before he disappeared. Well, he got a bit as far as the alleys, but there he'd lost him completely. All he now was hope one of his colleagues caught the man on the motorcycle, because his voice crackled through the earpiece. "Mobile Command Center, calling all units. A suspect on the motorcycle has handed off the case to an accomplice in Miyashita Park. Another foreigner." "For real?" Kano muttered. One thing immediately struck him as strange. Why hand the case off to someone else at all? Why not just escape on the bike? The man on the motorcycle dumped the bike and fled on foot. We retrieved the bike and run the plate, and we determined that it was a stolen vehicle. Speed communications has been carefully maintained by using digital wireless systems of patrol cars. Officers are able to direct the access station's computer network and they quickly detect that the vehicle was stolen. Okay, so I understand dumping the vehicle because it's a stolen vehicle, because that's gonna make you more obvious. But why drop it off at all? This whole situation feels like it's convoluted on purpose. Almost as if... Oh no, that would be interesting, a twist. If there's like it goes a bit meta and there's an entity out there who is doing the reverse of this. Like kind of a anti-leaper bit in Quantum Leap. So we don't have enough details on positive ID of the suspect. The suspect now carrying the attaché case is heading towards Dongzaka, also on foot. Got him under observation. Dongzaka, huh? That wasn't too far from where Kano was now. Looks like a dealing with a foreign crime syndicate that's familiar with Shibuya. All units headed to Dongzaka. But do not, I repeat, do not attempt to apprehend the suspect of the case. Let's see where he goes. He didn't know himself. Without knowing more about the crook's MO, letting this guy go for now was probably the only right call. There's one last thing. His tone grew more solemn. Whatever happens, I know I can count on each and every one of you. Don't disappoint me. Over and out. Now, the unsettling feeling that the message had been meant for him. Right, it's now or never. Sudden appearance of the syndicate and its bizarre actions were rapidly moving things beyond the jurisdiction of both the MPD and the local police. Mastering his resolve, Kano headed for Dongzaka. and so in the pocket. It was Rumi calling. She knew full well he was supposed to take private calls while he was working. He wasn't supposed to take private calls while he was working a case. Maybe it was an emergency. I hope so. I'd be pissed off if I was this guy and a girlfriend called me, because, you know, it's always great to hear from that person you love. But if you're working, especially on something as important as this, you don't want, you know, phone call. I'm sorry, are you in the middle of something right now? Yes. Kind of. Is this an emergency? Well, yeah. So, I'm in Shibuya right now, and... Shibuya? Why does she have to be in Shibuya now, of all times? So, my father came down from Nagano all of a sudden. What? Rumi's father, Shinzo, had been staunchly opposed to the two of them getting married. Keno had visited his home many times, but the man had never even deigned to meet him. Yeah, he told me to tell you he wants to meet with you. What, now? Yeah, what now? Of all the times to meet with them, he decides to do it now. Keno blurred the words out, more alarmed than intended. I don't know you're busy working, but he said he won't wait. Oh, for God's sake. This can't be happening, Keno whispered to himself. I'm sorry, I know he can be demanding. That's not the issue. Dad offered to wait, made it harder for him to refuse. It feels like that her father has done this purposely to piss him off. Alright, well, I'll have to call you back later, okay? I really am sorry. I'll be at the cafe called Lutrick. It's by the train station. Let me hang up. For a long moment, Karen stood in a daze, staring at his phone. As if keeping up with the case wasn't stressful enough. Yeah, as if keeping up with the case wasn't stressful enough. Now, her bloody father gets involved. Unless he's someone in motion. But even as he scoured Duganzaka for any sign of the criminal, his mind remained fixed on meeting with Rumi's dad. There was no way of knowing when he'd be done with his case work today. But could he really pass up on a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to get her father's approval for her hand in marriage? Also, this will not be the only once-in-a-lifetime experience Detective Cannon winds up having today. I like that when the narrator decides to break the fourth wall. Maybe he could slip away for just a bit. There are plenty of detectives still tailing the suspect. Taking 15 minutes or so to meet with Shizu would be such a big deal, would it? As a good detective, he should be doing the same on the focus. However, chances are what's related to that blue van showing up would only happen if he's, say, not on the scene, or if he's, say, in a restaurant nearby, and clearly not waiting for it. So I'm thinking I'm going to go with A. It's now or never, Karen decided. His future happiness depends on winning over Shinzu. He might not have the opportunity later if the kidnapping case wound up going south. He doesn't make sure he didn't linger too long. He's trying to decide the best way to save as much time as possible. When he caught sight of a taxi passing nearby. So the street. Really? Is that the way you want to flag down a taxi? Just step out in front of it. It's not too far away, but it'd be faster to take a car and run there. Taxi screeched to a halt. Careful, buddy! Shouted the taxi driver through the window. You're gonna get yourself killed! Looking more closely, Cannon saw that there was already someone in the back seat. Oh crap. He had to consider that the cab might already be taken. So, he didn't have time to wait for another one to come along. You're leaning close to the back door of the taxi. Please, I need you to let me have this cab. Beggars could be choosers after all. No way, snapped the passenger. He didn't seem the genuine type. Please, I'm begging you here. Look, I'm in a hurry, pal. Get your own cab. Now how ridiculous it must sound, but please, this is really, really urgent. Urgent? This is a matter of life or death. Please. Ha! What is with that position? Look, I'm sorry, but I'm dealing with something urgent here too. Let me ride with you. I'll pay for the whole fare. My entire future's on the line here. So, buddy, it's life or death on my end too. Now you gotta look after me and mine. You can see this is going nowhere. Right, this is auditorium. Gonna step back in frustration. Let me guess, I'm gonna have to choose a thing to undo that somehow. Gonna scan the area looking for other cabs. I say he spotted a man with a attaché case. Oh. It was a stroke of dumb luck, but Kano wasn't going to lose sight of him now. He decided to follow. Further along in the direction of the perp was heading to where Yamate Dori joined Route 246. Perhaps the guy was planning to meet up with a getaway car. No wait, hold on. If that were the plan, why would the gang have ditched the motorcycle earlier? He started detaining the man, racking his brain all the while. The suspect turned down a narrow side road. He wasn't heading towards Dori or Route 246 at all, but back towards Shibuya Station. What in the world was going on? I'm starting to feel like the crooks were just messing with the investigation team. You have video Kuzi on the wireless. Transmissions in, there's several different types of channels, blah blah blah. There's also separate channels specifically for kidnapping cases, not on the standard wavelengths, but that makes sense. Sir, I don't think there's any point in seeing where this guy leads anymore. That's not your call to make. Keep watching him. Sir, this is a waste of time. That girl might be in danger if... Girl's argument was cut short as he saw the man hand off the attaché case to yet another foreigner. Again? How many times are the criminals going to pull this trick? Yeah, it seems a bit excessive, even for such a situation, to just keep and I think we looked into one of the previous streams how much money was actually in the case, and in the grand scheme of things, it's not that much money. You know, it's money that people like Donald Trump and that shit on, so it's not even... How many times were they going to do this? Like, hand it off, hand it off, hand it off. They're split into two groups to follow both the men. For the man with the attaché case, who eventually led him back to the area around Shibuya Station. Ruby and Chuzo should be waiting at the nearby cafe right now. He tried to remember the name. That's right, it was called Loudtrick. Loudtrack? Loudtrack? Loudtrick? In the cafe with college students, Ryoko works as a waitress. I'm guessing that's a character we're going to run into later. Century friend, painter Henry de Tilly's Electric. Oh, I see. Numerous works including many posters, book illustrations, and book covers, which are highly regarded in the art world. Okay, I've never heard of him beforehand, but I'll take that picture as a note. Kept his eye out for a place for that name in Taylor's target. Before long, he did spot the cafe. Its large plate glass window offered a view of the cozy interior. Sign out front read Loudtrick. Lovely. Looked like this was the place. The man in the case was at the intersection waiting for the light to change. Came out to the opportunity to appear inside. He spotted Ruby right away. She was facing away from him. So the man seated across from her must be her father. Kind of realised he'd never seen a picture of him. Shizu grew organic produce up in Nungo nowadays, but until 2 years ago, he'd been a detective on the investigation division. MPD investigation responsible for handling crimes such as murder, kidnapping, and arson that take place in Tokyo Metropolis. Police Division Metropolis are assigned to this division. Oh bloody hell! So he's not just a detective. He wasn't just a detective. He was a damn good one. And he dispatched various regional tasks and named investigations, where their talents and experience often prove critical. The position in the section chief is traditionally given only to the dedicated personnel well versed in the crime scenes. Ah. Ruben looked up to her father for his distinguished police career and always spoke quite highly of him. Kano had figured that if he became a policeman, Rumi might appreciate that. It was this simple impulse that led him to join the force. Bloody hell. He had also figured that public servants could stay afloat even in times of recession, and that his physical training would serve him well in such a line of work. Maybe. Once he was a policeman, he thought he could approach Shizu with his head held high and ask for his blessing of marrying his daughter. But after Rumi graduated from university, Shizu had up and retired from the police work. Even Rumi didn't know why he'd made that decision. Kano had travelled to Nango many times to ask her for permission to marry her. The only response he ever got was, "I'm not giving away my daughter to any cop." Which means he's clearly got beef with police officers. Kano had never even gotten past the intercom before her father turned him away. Years on the force had nearly made Kano lose sight of what had driven him to become a policeman in the first place. Now a chance to meet Shinzu face to face finally come. He peered intently into the cafe. Across the movie sat an older man with a grim expression. Just who was this hard-faced fellow? It took a lot to rattle Kano, but the guy looked scary. Could this really be his sweet little Rumi's father? Possibly a meeting with him later felt Kano with a sudden dread. Yeah, I don't blame him. He looks fucking scary. The man went into the JR Shibuya station and stood before the ticket machine. No, he was planning on boarding a train. Seems like probably a movie about a kidnapping sprang to Kano's mind. Or could have made off with the ransom money after it was tossed out the window of the train. What if this guy managed to get outside the dragnet and pull a stunt like that? It looked like the suspect is going to board a train. Kano informed Kuzo who was. Make sure you stay on his tail. Apparently Kuzo still wanted to string the perp along for a bit. We've got lizards ready to pursue. Lizards? Do they have riding lizards like in the Underdark? Japanese police lingo for motorcycle squads deployed to pursue suspects. I don't like them being called lizards, but okay. We establish our dragnet around whatever station it gets off at. Man pushed the ticket on the machine and passed through the gate. There was no way to tell what station he'd bought a ticket for, but it looked like he was heading clockwise along the Yamanote line. Kano used his prepaid card and made his way through the ticket gate as well. Officers do not actually get free rides on public transportation simply by flashing their badges, as is frequently depicted in TV shows and films. Doing so might risk alerting the suspect. For this reason, prepaid cards are... Well, that makes sense. I mean, it would be a bit stupid if the suspect's like 10 feet away from you, and you go, I need a ticket, because I'm a police officer. It kind of undermines the whole thing. As the chime signaled the imminent arrival of a train up on the platform. Man made his way up the stairs looking calm and composed. He showed no sign of checking for pursuers. Kano hurried after him. And stopped at the very edge of the platform and wait train. Not ideal. There's no way for Kano to get close without sticking out like a sore thumb. That's probably why he stood there like that. Train glided up the platform. Look around as he stepped aboard. Kano followed. Trains on the Yamato line didn't stop for long, and soon they were on their way. As he ran, Kano noticed the MPD investigators who had slipped aboard the train as well. The suspect stood behind the driver's compartment, staring contemplatively at the scenery outside. The man's composure only served to rattle Kano more. A man in gory necktie walked past Kano, talking on his cell phone. Yes, everything's fine on this end. He said, there's no need to worry. On his other hand, he carried the same sort of attaché case as the man they were tailing. He headed right toward the driver's compartment and stood next to the suspect. No, now that's not suspicious. Yeah, well now, that's not suspicious. Callan leaned his head subtly, straining to make out what he could on the phone conversation on the other end of the car. Yes, of course. 225 pages, all fully proofread. 225? Article 225 of the Penal Code of Japan details kidnapping for profit and kidnapping for ransom. Accordingly, 225 is a police shorthand for kidnapping. That's even more suspicious link, isn't it? It just so happens he's talking on the phone. They both have the same attaché case. He stands next to him, and he's acting as if he's... Well, he might actually be talking to someone on the phone, but he has someone on the phone saying, yes, 225 pages, all fully proofread. Which could be code for, you know, the person is here with the attaché case, and there appears to be no problems. This police trying for kidnapping. Was this guy in cahoots with the kidnapper? Maybe the criminals had planned the key swap. Can't watch the new coming like a hawk. But rather than making contact with the suspect, the man turned around and strolled back the way he came. He hadn't done anything suspicious at all. Yes, right. Understood. Ken saw a glimpse of the man's face as he passed. He stopped and looked at Ken, seemingly aware that he was being watched. Ken decided to... look away nonchalantly. But his anxiety got the better of him, and after a moment he turned his gaze right back. Soon the two men were locked in a staring contest. Ah, my apologies, the man said. He shut his phone with a click. I know it's rather rude to talk on one's cell phone when you're on the train. That's just common decency. The man affected a smile and then headed back to the car from which he'd come. Sheesh. Guess I overreacted. What the hell? I gotta stop staring at everyone, and then this guy shows up. An oddly dressed passenger murmured in Cannon's ear. Blend into your surroundings more. Sasamia? Where'd you get that? His partner had somehow found time to change his disguise. A steely expression on his face was at odds with his anime nerd get-up. Kenner had seen Suyono disguise himself as plenty of things that he is. No! Quite rare for Suyono to actually wear a suit. On the rare occasions when he does, and he's walking the halls of the home precinct, he frequently goes unrecognized. Here are some of Suyono's costume designs for his evidence book. Oh god. Santa is a must for Christmas. Stakeouts with a smile. Keeps presents in the bag to calm down children in case of emergency. Oh wait. What the fuck? Glasses are crucial. Use this for train stakeouts. Don't forget awkward smile, bag of merch, going too far. Point of attention, prize positions clutched to chest. Filled with poses and figures. Chariot expression, sunglasses. So impossible to amplify wild animal sign. Disguise the stake as a dockside warehouse. Let co-workers know beforehand so as not to be mistaken for the real thing. Arrest crooks while practicing discipline. Ah! Handcuffs up sleeve. Might help to stop funeral robbers. Are funeral robbers a thing? Please, someone tell me, are funeral robbers a thing? What the fuck? For nighttime stakeouts. Oh, come on now. Hardcore material. Plenty of exposure. Emphasis bulgeness in final version. Come on, man. Let's look through them again. What the hell? Magician, samurai, and astronaut, to name an astronaut! Surely that would make you more obvious. This is a new extreme, even for him. When he first joined the force, Kano had found Susuma's costuming antics amusing, wondering where he managed to find his outfits, but lately his quirk had become tedious. You like the ocean? Huh? Never mind. He pulled out a bottle from his vest pocket. Drink this while you can. Ah! Because when I played as Maki, I gave him that drink, the burning hammer drink. Guessing you haven't eaten. Oh, what's this? The least I could do. He handed Kano the bottle and then slipped away into the next compartment. If it's like most energy drinks, it's gonna fucking taste awful. There was one energy drink that when I got a fellow steward to sniff it, he recoiled in absolute disgust. And I had my excuse for this energy drink was because that same day my manager decided to kind of fuck me over and give me a morning shift. So I had a morning shift, then I had to go home get changed, and then I had the shift at the stadium, which the shifts at the stadium were normally like 7 PM till whenever, or no, like 5 PM to whatever. It depends on, how soon people have left the stadium, because we can't leave the stadium until the people are gone, and then when we do leave the stadium we have to do all the final checks and everything else. And I needed a drink to keep me up, because I was not going to be able to keep up for like close to about a 24-hour day, pretty much. Whatever this was, it was bland. And it didn't taste like anything. Just what was this really given him? Ah, what the heck. Anything's better than nothing. Brought the bottle to his lips and chugged the contents down. He suddenly got a massive head rush. He felt a heat. A heat like a burning that spread from his insides to his whole body. No, that wasn't right. It was an ache. Look at the eyes. Look at the negative there. Look at the negative there. A burning that spread from his insides to his fingertips. There was pain. A numbing that spread from his insides all the way down to his toes. Burning, aching, hurting. Burning, aching, hurting. Burning, aching, hurting. Itchy, twitchy, itchy, dizzy, sleepy, chilly, willy-nilly. Itchy, itchy, tasty, tasty. This was not good. This was super duper not good. He broke into a cold sweat, his forehead drenched, his body damp and clammy all over. He felt his grip and his conscience slipping. Simmer, what the hell did you do to me? With blurry eyes, he squinted to read the writing on the bottle. But, and scanned a few letters, Kano blacked out. Okay, maybe I shouldn't. The least you could do. You know how to drink an unknown substance without checking to see what it was. When he drank, it turns out was a free sample of something called Burning Hammer. But don't blame Soma. He was just passing along a sample he got from someone in a mascot costume. Oops. Whoops. That was a bad idea. Right, so as Tama, I've got two things to do. I've got to give the sample to somebody else. Minorikawa or Osawa. These are two other characters we don't know anything about at the moment. Let's see what they can do. Hua! Clearly he's a big fan of One Punch Man. A simple 90 based down the Route 246. Sure. Motorcycle produced by Honda with 85cc engine displacement. Common sight around town, often used in newspaper and postal delivery work. Many owners are big enthusiasts, sometimes even swapping out parts such as handlebars or mufflers and giving the body paint. Oh, okay. The speedometer remained at a steady 60 kph. Pumping the gas harder, no use. This was as fast as the bike would go. Mira shouted as he sped along. Damn it! I am not letting you die! He jerked the handlebar and blew past the truck on the inside. The driver scowled at him as he shot by. You maniac! You're trying to get yourself killed! Just the opposite! He shouted back. I'm saving lives! Somebody's head turned red, cutting him off at the intersection. Oh, come on! Yeah, no choice but to slam on the brakes. Essentially, she brought over as he waved the cylinder change. I don't think I'm gonna stay red. Come on, hurry up already! Brought the bike right up to the very edge of the line, keeping the engine revved like a dragster. Wow, this guy's a bit intense. Not on time is not my dictionary. Light turned red. Then his own light turned green, and at last he hit the accelerator as hard as he could. His engine died with a splutter. Oh, come on, what the hell? Car horns blared angrily behind him. In the fury, he pulled his bike over the side of the road. Oh wait, this was the guy in that car. Alright, what did the engine fuses turn over? Was the problem the spark plug or maybe the battery? Whatever it was, he didn't have time to figure it out. Tears in his eyes, he left the bike. His companion of 10 years abandoned on the low side. Wow, that's an overly dramatic way of putting it. He did a break no run when he saw a taxi dead ahead, letting out a passenger. He heard a hop in the cab. Just head for Shibuya Station. I'll let you know exactly where once we get closer. What's with that guy's jacket? What's that? King Kong Company? Okay. The driver nodded coolly. Of course, sir. 10 minutes! Huh? I need you to get me there in 10 minutes! Driver grimaced. I'm afraid getting there in 10 minutes is a bit... 15 then! Sir, that's still... Look, that's all the time I can afford. So your traffic conditions cooperate, sir, then maybe. I can't make any promises. Maruka looked at the driver's ID photo above the fare thing. His name was Hachiko Kimizuka. He was a middle-aged fellow looking a little rough around the edges. Mr. Kimizuka, I chose you for this. You could do it. Chose me? So I'm pretty certain we met by chance. Okay, sure, I suppose you could phrase it that way. Anyhow, can we get going? Right. I'll see what I can do. Put on a decent clip. And then we get interrupted by the police officer. Frantic journey had started 20 minutes earlier. You've been at home working on an interview piece. This tone of nonsense, the main broke his train of thought. Why did someone always call him right when words were flowing? I get that all the time, to be honest. Whenever I just get into that moment of writing and everything is fitting together and I've got a whole, just got it all there, all of a sudden something interrupts me. If he didn't keep getting interrupted, he probably could wrap this piece up in no time. Be quiet! He pointed at the phone. Does this guy think he's Phoenix Wright or something? Be quiet! Pointing directly at his phone as if his phone is, I'm writing here. They shouted nothing to silence the ringing. Didn't have much choice but pick it up. Marako was speaking. There was no response. Hello? He hesitated, ready to hang up. Was this a prank call? It's me. It's Toyama. It was Toyo Toyama, the president of Heaven Publishing. A publishing company that puts out both hard-hitting non-fiction books and tabloid-style scandal rags. The Invincible Journalist, penned by company president Toyama himself, was a candidate for the Japan Non-Fiction Prize. Huh. Oh, what do you want? This is about work. I'm already booked pretty full. I went from home publishing on several occasions, but the pay was hardly competitive. Lately he'd been turning them down a lot, so he hadn't heard from Toyama in a while. No, this isn't work related. Then what do you want? I'm kind of pressed for time here, working on some copy. Rogo was in no mood to beat around the bush. It seemed like every conversation he had with Toyama went like this. Ah, you're busy. That's good. Busy's good when you're a freelancer. Toyama sounded unusually sympathetic. No, I found it off-putting. I hear sales have been good on your end, he said cautiously. With this month's 4-star General Gossip and all. 4-star General Gossip was a monthly magazine, Heaven Publishing flagship publication. And he focused on the private lives of celebrities and politicians. Most of the articles found on the pages are random nonsense, but 1 out of every 100 or so contains an actual major scoop, making it a difficult outlet to ignore. Okay, so most of it is bollocks, but there's like a one sliver of massive scandal in there. Had small circulation, and most of the part flew under the radar. But once in a while, they'd land some big scoop and sell like crazy. This month's edition had come with a free scratch card, a gimmick that had moved 100,000 copies with ease. Yeah, I bet. 5 winning symbols in a row wins 100,000 yen, was it? Naku asked. A weak, moist sound came from the receiver. Baffled Murako listened more closely. It came again, then again. It sounded like sobbing. Mr. Toyama, are you crying? There's another soft sob, and yet another. What's going on? Where are you? At the office, Toyama managed. There, another mewling whimper. What's the matter? It's nothing. Well, it's got to be something. Come on, what is it? Toyama gave no reply. Is Toyama, you still there? Silence. What is it? What happened? Look, doesn't tell me anything. What the hell is going on? Toyama squeezed out a drawn whine. Okay, I'm sick of this. I'm hanging up now. He was about to break the connection when he heard Toyama murmur. The only thing I can do now is die. Fucking hell. That's what led to this situation. There's a sudden stop as the driver slammed the brakes. Ooh! Before his face smacked against the back of the seat in front of him. He was struck in the head out the window. Careful, buddy! He shouted at someone. You're gonna get yourself killed. Then blinked the stars to his eyes and saw a man moving alongside the cab. The guy ground on the handle back of the door. Please, I need you to have this cab. No way. Just who this guy think he was? Please, I'm begging you here. Look, I'm in a hurry, pal. Get your own cab. I know how ridiculous this must sound, but please, this video is urgent. Urgent? Yes, it's a matter of life and death. Please. The guy did look pretty desperate. Ha! Look at that finger. Ha! I'm dealing with something urgent here too. No. Let me ride with you. Yeah. Ha! There we go. I'll pay for the whole fare. My entire future's on the line. Guy sure was persistent. Maybe he's telling the truth. I don't have problems of his own. Sorry, buddy. It's a life or death on my end too. I gotta look after me and mine. Right. So sorry to trouble you. Finally, the man gave up and shuffled away. Guess it couldn't have been that much of a life-ending crisis after all. Checked his wristwatch. Damn it! That just cost us 5 minutes! I'll try and make it up, sir. As he lurched in the motion, the engine quickly revved up. Oh shit, that means I fucked this guy up as well. Oh no. When inside the building, he avoided the elevator in favour of rushing up the stairs. Heaven Publishing rented out the 3rd and 4th floors. In all likelihood, Toyama would be on the editing department of the 4-star General Gossip on the 4th floor. When he got there, however, the door was locked. Mr. Toyama! Hey, Mr. Toyama! He shouted and banged, but there was no reply. Something was seriously wrong. Murakawa took a deep breath and then kicked the door in. Whoa! The sight of having stepped in the office filled him with horror. Yep, he's hanging He's hanging from the rafters. And close to the side of his head. Too late. Bad end, I'm guessing. If I had gotten here a little sooner. It was all Kano's fault. Poor fucking Kano. Not his bloody fault. It's all your fault, Kano. Right. So we're gonna have to go back and play as Tama. Right, first edition. Who to choose? Let's change it to the other guy. The businessman. Very businessman. I piss off the businessman and go, "Here you go, sir! A free sample of Burning Hammer, the latest and greatest drink." And then flashes me a look of utter contempt and makes a point of avoiding me as he slips past. Bam! There goes the wind right out of my sails. Wonder how the other mascot's doing. Alright, let's skip forward. Hey, a job's a job. Then you tell me to sell this junk, I'll sell it. Door flies open and suddenly a loud voice bells. Hold it right there! What the fuck? Oh, that's the guy! We're on a planet to see an odd-looking man standing in the hallway. It's Shibuya. He's the guy who hired us. I heard that, Chewie. Don't you go calling my product junk. That's disrespectful. Who gave me an apology? Sorry about that. You should be, but whatever. If you really have doubts, have to try it for yourself. Sister products include Del Sweets, Cellulose, Better Sweater, Dom Pepperon, Power Burn Z, I swear I've seen something called that, Mr. Thin, Naga Chow, and Super Naga Chow. Naga Chow. At first glance, it looks like some kind of energy supplement, but the cheapo label gives an immediate impression of sketchiness. That's what I thought. Go on, give it a go. He reaches out and takes it. But no sooner does he grab the bottle than he shows him. Wait, hold on! What? Cheers, quirks. What gives? You two. You're both good. Stomach-wise. Stomach-wise? Yeah. Drinking stuff on an empty stomach can cause some pretty nasty problems. Oh, that's what happened to Kano. Oops. Just make sure you don't eat or drink something beforehand. Oh no, make sure you do eat or drink something beforehand. Doesn't matter what, really. Wait, nasty problems? Yeah. Such as what, I ask? I'd rather not say. That's really bad. Nobody would buy it otherwise. Seriously? It's all good, I just had lunch, Chewie says. She flirted a carefree smile. Well, I haven't eaten yet. But on the other hand, I've been guzzling up so much iced tea that I could fill myself up. It's probably safe for me to try this stuff. Wait, is it the stuff that gives you visions or something? Wait, is it the stuff that gives you visions or something? Did I just choose another bad end? Remember I heard a rumor not too long ago, some kind of urban legend. It was about some drink with a weird, burning, spicy flavour, and supposedly it turns all of your fingernails a fade shade of black. Then you see things you can't normally see, and hear things you can't normally hear. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? I had some graduate students talking about hearing voices like that, swearing this mystery drink could have that effect. It's a little unnerving, still I really doubt it could be true. I said the bottle of burning hammer to my mascot head mouth. It was an unexpected smell, like curry. Getting my own lips around the mouth of the bottle, I gulped down the liquid inside. Oh, poor Mackie. Huh? Doesn't taste like anything. Handful of seconds go by. Whoa, what the hell? What the heck? It's like a firecracker just exploded inside my mouth. Now it's spicy. Way too spicy. I just swallowed chili pepper coated in curry powder. Before I knew it, I'm sweating bullets. Well, you sweating? Miss Yancy asks. Like a whole lot? You are, aren't ya? Why does he sound so happy about that? That right there is the magic of burning hammer at work. Jerry and I are lost for words. Burning hammer! Drink all you want and just burn those pounds away. How does that sound? Good, huh? This is just so stupid spicy, it makes you sweat, Chewie blurts out. Blunt and to the point, I approve. Yeah, well, I guess you're right, he says, hangs his head. What is in this stuff, I ask. I can still feel my tongue tingling. Heck, my body is almost too numb to move. I'm so shocked I even forgot to get properly angry. So it's the health food product that So it's this health food product that got imported from America a few years back, she explained. But the import agency went out of business not long after, and they couldn't move the merch. So I bought up a whole lot. Everything they had in their storehouse. Spent all the money I had on it. Chewie, how much did it cost you? 1 million yen for 300. What? So, let me get this straight. 300 bottles, which, if we think about it, it's not that much. 1 million yen? Fuck off. And it's scarcely be my ears. 300 bottles at 1 million yen for the lot? That's roughly 3,333 yen a piece. Each one of those teensy little bottles cost over 3,000 yen. Bullshit! You got ripped off, man, Chewie says. You really think so? Huh. Yeah, you're probably right. He hangs his head even more dispiriting. This is the sort of thing they'd sell in 100 yen shops or something. Ouch! Chewie moving in for the kill. 100 yen shops? Really? Yeah, she lets out the heaviest sigh. I'm starting to feel pretty bad for the guy, actually. Don't they get down, sir, I say, hoping to comfort him. But there's a sob, choking sigh. Deep in the exile, often a sigh of disappointment, stress, or unrequited love. We're certainly not unrequited love. Also, a way of expressing anxiety brought on by massive debt. One has no money to give, only sighs. Right around Minoru Minaka is in the company of someone inclined to sigh this way. Oh! I can't jump to him yet because he was too late to... And try again, it'll be okay. Whether or not it helps you lose weight, it is spicy, and it does make you sweat. I'm not sure I follow, Shibuya. How much you saying those bottles for, boss? Alright, let's jump to... Oh. Oh, shit. I didn't mean to go all the way back. Well, I need to change the decision there, so that he doesn't fuck up his ride. Yeah, a job to focus on. I mean, the thing, a girl's life is on the line. Marrying Rumi was more important to him than anything, but now it wasn't the time. Besides, now that he thought about it, running out at the critical investigation to meet with the old man probably wasn't going to score him any points. Rumi's dad didn't strike him as someone who'd approve of shirking one's responsibilities. Girl would just have to wrap up this kidnapping case a little ahead of schedule. You know, a proper showdown with Shizu. As he considered his plan, he caught sight of a man with a attaché case walking by. Here we go. Here we go. Fucking hell. That bloody lolicon shirt there just makes him look even more suspicious. The suspect meanwhile was still staring at the window. The answer's electronic voice filled the train compartment. Next stop, Harajuku. Huh? Kano was cried out. Suspect was moving toward the exit door. Apparently he was only taking this train one station. That's weird. That is fucking weird. One station down the line. Normally the idea when moving like this, you go through several different stations. Harajuku station, man got off. See, the area east of Japan Retail Station corresponding to once a bustling Shikuba or post station where travellers could rest while journeying across the country. In one day times it's bustling instead with middle schoolers after school display youth fashion. Clothes and accessory stores and fast food restaurants line. See, here's a good thing to check those blue things. So we saw we had a jump on point for Kama. Just following him, but disembarked accordingly. Suspect walked along the platform and took a seat on the empty bench. Was he checking to see if he had a tail? Staying around the platform at the station where he just got off was pretty unusual behaviour. Not wanting to arouse the man's suspicion, the investigators from the MPD made their way down the stairs as inconspicuously as they could. However, had a sudden inspiration and went to speak to one of the station attendants. Sorry, buddy, but I think I left something on the train just now. Try to keep an eye on the man on the bench as he fed his story to the attendant. So sat silently on the bench, attaché case clutched securely in his arms. He didn't really look like he was checking for a tail. Was he just waiting here for someone else then? Well, on the train headed clockwise around the loop arrived. Man rose from the bench and stepped on the boarding area. Wait, what the heck? Let's go to the counterclockwise train. Wouldn't that just take him straight back to Shibuya Station? Man bombarded the train. Kano had no choice but to follow suit. Was this guy playing them? It seems like it. I got off again once the train reached Shibuya. All he'd done was go to Harajuku and come right back. Kano reported to Kuze. So was returned to Shibuya station. Acknowledged, keep telling him. Kano found himself growing increasingly paranoid. This criminal organization didn't seem too keen on getting away. And here was HQ giving these guys a free rein. Something was off, he was sure about that. As he tailed the mark, Kano took out his phone. What were Tateno's intentions about the case right now? If the senior detective had any advice, Kano would love to hear it. Dial Tateno's number. The line rang a few times, but nobody picked up. Probably he was too busy seeing to Hitomi's safety. Kano felt bewildered. They'd been letting the suspect lead them around for over an hour now. During an abduction case, you generally didn't update the victim's family on any developments in case they tried to interfere. Kano could only imagine what the Osawa family was going through right now. Especially they didn't realise that the girl was missing. At a short walk from the Shibuya station, the attaché case was handed off yet again. This time the recipient was a tall, dark-skinned man. Again, the Shibuya-based task force split up into two groups in order to tail both suspects. Kano was stuck with a man who had the case. The previous man had done the newest suspect wandered around to concern for a while. Repeatedly looping around and around the same locations was a weirdly roundabout way to make a series of handoffs. Excuse me, detective. Kano turned around at the start. Oh hey, he said, I know you. It was Leland Palmer, the lecturer who'd been an eyewitness to the kidnapping. A man practically radiated concern. How is Maria doing? Is she alright? I'm very worried for her. His Japanese is more halting now. My heart, it is with her family. Kano gave a quick look around. It didn't appear that they were being watched. My cover is blown, we're hosed. I don't know that. This is a constant circular thing, so I'm wondering if. B this time. In the spot as my cover's blown, we're hosed. Can't stick around like this. And I'm sorry, but at this stage I can't share any details. So, oh yes, of course. And cast his eyes down and hung his head. Please don't worry though, we are still hard at work investigating. Ah yes, thank you very much. With that, Kano turned away from the lecturer and went back to tailing the suspect. Pulled out his phone from his pocket. It was Rumi again. Oh god. Oh yeah, I wanted to check my Discord, didn't I? It was weird that she'd called twice when she knew he was in the middle of something important. Had something happened when she was waiting at the cafe for Shizu? Kano picked up hurriedly. What's the matter? What's the matter? You know what the matter is. Rumi's soft soprano. It was a threatening masculine voice that came over the phone. Uh-oh. His whole body stiffened with dread. This is this my father-in-law speaking? Don't remember being anyone's father-in-law. His tone was firm and flat. No, I know, I just, found myself lost of words. So you're dating my daughter, huh? Sir, yes, sir. Betty squeaked out her reply. Thinking about getting married? Yes, sir. And speaking of which, I'd love the chance to sit down and have a nice long... Then how long are you going to keep me waiting? Hurry up and get your ass over here. Oh, how very much Kano wished he could do exactly that. Sir, I would, but forget it. Words came in an angry huff. You can have her. Goodbye. What? Sir, please. As Kano cried in desperation, he heard Rumi's voice in the other line. Dad, you can't use my phone like that. You were taking too long in the bathroom. Get back. Really? Kind of tried and failed to keep heartbreak out of his voice. Sweetie, what's wrong? Your father just said he doesn't want us to get married. What, Dad? What did you just say to my boyfriend? Listen to you, calling that boy little pet names and whatnot. I think you're a little too attached. You haven't even met him. That's what I told you. Have him come see me. How long is he gonna make me wait? The man's an ex-cop. Surely he knows that you can't interrupt an investigation like this. The two argued on the phone. The phone must be lying somewhere between them. Could this get any more awkward? Rumi, I'm sorry, Carrie shouted. This is all my fault. Please, you don't have to fight like this. Phone cracked and scrambled her brain on her cheek. No, I'm the one who should be sorry. What? That's what she's doing again, gumbling in the background. You had nothing to apologise for. I'll deal with my father, Rumi said hastily. You just focus on work, sweetie. I know you're in the middle of something really, really important. Thanks, Rumi. Kind of was legitimately touched. I'll do my best. Kind of hung up and went back to the task at hand, more determined than ever. But did he lose track of the guy? For Rumi's sake, not to mention the victims, he needed to focus on cracking this case. The man he was telling was walking several meters ahead. There was no telling when Kuze might give an arrest order. Kevin braced himself to spring to action. The very instant the order came down. Oh, command all units. Once the director's voice came in on the wireless. It's time to make an arrest at least. We've identified the man who first picked up the attaché case by a statue of Hachiko. No arrests yet then, but still a crucial development. His name is Tariq Al-Kawawan. He's got priors for larceny, illegal possession of narcotics, you name it. He belongs to a foreign criminal syndicate that's operating in Shibuya. How far is apprehension rising? If this syndicate was behind the kidnapping, they were anything but amateurs. And though they might be leading the police on wild goose chase, they certainly weren't playing around. Ooh. So we've got Kano's story sorted now. So Kano's done. That's a to be continued. I don't know when it's going to continue. Oh, back to Tama, I guess. Oh no, not Tama. Him. Phone call from. Oh, he gets a phone call from him. I'm guessing while he's in the car, because it looks like that. Frantic journey and started 20 minutes earlier. The only thing I can do is die. But what does this have to do with the scrambling around the corner? Should the momentum made topple over in the back seat? There we go. 10 minutes on the dot. Driver announced himself and looked at the window of Shibuya Station. I knew you could do it, Mr. Kanataka. He told the driver how to get publishing. Told the driver how to get to Heron Publishing. It shouldn't be more than 5 minutes further. So, if I may ask, just what are you in such a hurry for? Son of a bitch. I beg your pardon? Not you, the guy who's waiting on me. I said, I'm gonna give this son of a bitch a piece of my mind. Lieutenant Bill were Heaven Publishing was in the office, came in view. Take us outside. Opened the door as he hurriedly reached for his wallet. Then he stopped. What if the worst had come to pass and he needed to take to him to the hospital? Should he have a taxi wait here? Or would it be better to call an ambulance? So is that a problem? I'll just say wait here. I'll be right back. Out of the cabin, instant running up the room. On society, avoid the elevator and the rest of the stairs. Impose you went on the third, fourth floors, blah blah blah. Yeah, you'd like to be on the fourth floor. Right, did we get there in time? The door was locked. Mr. Toriyama! Hey, Mr. Toriyama! He shouted and banged, but there was no reply. Something was seriously wrong. Murakawa took a deep breath and then kicked the door in. Whoa! Stand in the stool. Oh, fucking hell, look at that! About to slip the head through the noose and hung from the ceiling. What the hell are you doing? Murakawa lunged for Toriyama. Two men crashed on the floor and tangled in a heap. A pile of clutter slithered from nearby desks and fell on them. But, what are you doing? So whined, dragging himself back to his feet to prove something the challenge. That's what I'd like to know. Fury was mounting. What the hell is this all about? The noose hanging on the ceiling. Oh, that. When the fluorescent lights died and I was just swapping it out. Bullshit! Don't force me that bull. What was the phone call about? That business about how the only thing you could do was die. Tell me. It's just a joke. So curled his lips into a faint semblance of a smile. I wasn't buying it, but he didn't have time to press the issue. Hearing a voice echoed the editing office. Daddy, I'm back from the store. The little girl came walking in carrying a length of rubber gas tubing. It's her 5th grade daughter, Hannah. Only daughter, currently 10 years old. The night Hannah was born in Shibuya Central Station, there was an unexpected fireworks display outside the maternity ward. As he looked at bursting fireworks, Tsuruo decided to name his daughter Hannah after the Japanese word for fireworks, Hanabi. Instead, Toyota, you were planning on using that hose to... You hesitated to end the sentence with gassed yourself to death. Well, you know, it's almost gas heater season after all. Hell it is! It was a beautiful sunny April day outside. Well, you know how sensitive I am to the cold. This is getting truly ridiculous. Got right up in his face. Listen, just explain to me what the heck is going on, okay? Kim's voice low, but his eyes were steely. Hannah clutched tightly to her father, gazing worriedly up at the two men. No, it's just... Jeremy let out a loud, heavy sigh of resignation. Oh shit! Progress further, you'll need to jump to another protagonist. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I got to that bit with Tama. There we go, jump! Haha! Now we can get through that. No, it's just a long, heavy sigh of resignation. It's the scratch cards that were in the 4-star goblin. Oh yeah, I guess the silver inked areas can be scratched off to reveal the symbols. Yeah, no. My mum's very into those scratch cards actually. Stupid idea, really, the whole scratch card thing. Well, it's a stupid idea buying them, but it's a multi-million fucking industry, so... Somehow you always seem to lose when you've got your hopes up, but manage to win when you least expect it. Yeah, that's typically how it works. That's where the problem is. And what is the problem? If you shine a light on the cards from behind, you can see where the winning... Oh. I mess things up dealing with the printing company. All this, you just said vaguely. It's my fault, my responsibility. To explain the situation in detail, word was quick to leak on the internet that there was a way to find the winning symbols, and suddenly thousands of card holders turned up en masse to collect. Jesus. So unlike normal scratch cards, these ones... So normally scratch cards, these scratch cards have all the chances to win, but you just have to be correct in where you scratch the symbols. Publishing was hit with a massive financial liability, and the employees rushed to flee a sinking ship. Before Toriyama realised it, he was the only one left in the company. He was up against the deadline for next month's 4-star general gossip. If I have to drop next month's issue, I'll be stuck in debt even deeper. If that happens, I'm finished. So he gave a dismal groan. So don't drop the issue! I snapped. He pounded his fist right into the side of the cardboard box. Toriyama just shook his head weakly. I've been up for 3 days straight trying to fill my pages. It's not enough. I can't do the impossible. He dropped his gaze on the floor. Countless scratch cards lay scattered around. They'd probably been amidst the pile that had fallen off the desk earlier. Each card showing a neat row of 5 win symbols. Yeah, like I said, obviously, in this case, you have to be lucky with where you scratch, which means if he fucked up on the printing, that means everyone walks in with a winner. Can't know it's impossible. You don't see it through. Oh, no meeting time. Jesus, how much money do you think that cost the company? No, we assumed like 100 for each one. Then, Jesus. And it's a popular magazine, so again, we're talking... And if it was leaked online that you could do that, then we're talking another increase in the amount of people buying them just for the scratch cards. And proof needs to be done by 8 o'clock this evening. Final stage of before printing, where a copy of the manuscript is checked for errors, not sending corrected proofs to the printer before the deadline can result in a book or magazine in question not making it onto the shelves in time for release day. Ah, okay. Well then, I thought to myself, that sign held up his hand higher. Hannah, would you mind giving me that hose? Hannah gave her father a quick look and then handed the rubber hose to Minokawa. This won't be necessary. He tossed the rubber hose into the trash, then jabbed his finger at Toriyama. Show me the layer and the draft proposal for next month's issue. Toriyama blinked a few times in disbelief. Huh? You can't possibly be serious. I'm trying to help. Now, show me the layer of the proposal before I change my mind. With incredulous pause, Toriyama hurried off and grabbed the paperwork. A layer in publishing speak is an outline of the magazine showing which articles will accompany which pages. Minokawa gave it a quick once-over, finding the 2 of the pages were still blank and untouched. He wanted to punch whoever writers had been assigned those pages. See what I mean? So it's hopeless. He sounded perversely proud of his failure, getting enough material to fill 12 pages by 8 o'clock. Yeah, it was definitely a tall order, alright. Says who? Minokawa replied. Remember who you're talking to here. You seriously think you can do it? You're joking, right? So back. I seriously know I can do it. There's nothing in this world that I hate more than a bad joke. God damn, this guy puts me to shame as a writer. Christ. Why are you doing this for me? Toriyama was getting misty-eyed. I'm not doing it for you, you spineless wimp. I'm doing this for poor little Hannah. I'm sorry. I bowed his head deeply. Minokawa thought he might put his face through the floor. Don't apologize to me, apologize to your daughter. Oh, please forgive me, Hannah. Toriyama clutched her tightly in his arms, and the girl hugged him back on the verge of tears. Hey now, enough of the waterworks. I've got your backs, don't worry about a thing. I picked up the draft proposal of the pages that needed filling. The word Shibuya Scramble Special were plastered over the cover of big bold type. Okay, so a 12-page special block on Shibuya. Fair enough. And first on the docket, drink yourself thin with burning hammer! This reeked of a scam. The only way drinking more of something would make you lose weight would be if you were mixing a laxative, probably. Still, there wasn't enough time to tweak the layout plan now. Got the proposal right up, a product demo was scheduled for 1 PM that day. Location printed on the map was blurry and hard to make out, but I had a rough idea where it was. It looked like he didn't have much of a choice, but to swing by in hopes of getting more material. Scan further along the proposal. Silent surveillance! Hidden cameras installed throughout Shibuya. The rise and fall of Shibuya's vigilante squad. Where are they now? Washed up screenwriter side. Yeah. 60 squared. Twins share top prize at local university beauty contest. Shibuya now. Black market organ trafficking in Shibuya. Shadowy foreign crime syndicate exposed. Those 7 pages would have filled the 12 empty pages. That was the plan, at any rate. But there wasn't enough material here to make headway. The Shibuya Now article didn't even have any proposed content. This sucked hardcore. Wow. At least with the others, you've got an idea of where you can draw lines from. And like as was stated, this magazine is total fucking guff. So at least a lot of it you could just kind of make it up as you go along. But still, it didn't look like there was much material for the rise and fall of Shibuya's vigilante squad either. And it suggested that a few years prior, a group of youngsters in Shibuya banded together to fight crime in their neighbourhoods. At this point, however, things had flipped around completely and they become a gang of street punks themselves. Ah, that must be Achi's group. The SOS. A turn to the dark side. And the market is an interesting article to be sure, but tracking down this gang would take time. Munakawa was personally intrigued by the one about organ harvesting in Shibuya. The rumour was that organs were being smuggled out of Southeast Asia and fenced locally at tremendous price. There was even a plan to ascertain the authenticity of these claims. Fascinating. Munakawa was going to spend all day gathering other material, though. He didn't have much time to spare for it. Shibuya Now! The rise and fall of Shibuya's vigilante squad. Black market organ trafficking in Shibuya? And decided that one of those 3 would have to go. Thought long and hard, I stared at the draft proposal. There's a good chance he'd really screw himself over if he picked the wrong one. Finally decided to cut. The organ trafficking sounds interesting and there's leads for it. The rise and fall of Shibuya's vigilante squad, we know of who it responds to, but the Shibuya Now piece has nothing, so might as well dump that. Decided to cut Shibuya Now. Didn't have time to make up an article out of whole cloth. Yeah, all the others you've at least got some details on. His goal was to make sure that 4-star general gossip made it to the press at all. Slice events, where they are now. 60 squared. These 3 pieces individual slated for interviews, but no appointments had been made of any of them. Much of the appointments were Dicey's prospect, who decided to call them up on his cell and made his way down the list. Anyone I managed to get a hold of was Shinizuka Unari, from Where Are They Now? A broadcaster writer, has appeared in various popular variety shows of commercial network Sun TV. He currently heads up a small theatre troupe known as the Wandering Angels, operating out of Shibuya. Later today, the troupe is putting on a performance at the Theatre Ace in Sakurato. He said they'd be willing to give a 15-minute interview after 2:30. I decided he was just going to have to get material in the others in a more unpromptu fashion then. Putting in the grindstone, he started throwing together a schedule for the day. Was it possible to get all the material and write it all up and still finish the whole thing by 8 o'clock? It was no use. No matter how he tweaked it, none of his simulations ended with him having a proofread on time. He just needed one more thing, and that was another writer. I resumed the contacts list, calling up all the freelancers he knew. It's also depressing. Answering machines. Overseas on business. In the hospital. Currently doing time. Oh shit. For long he'd called everyone he could think of, except for one. Novice freelancer Jackie Iso. Yeah. I was just checking to see I did have the title correct. Jackie was a bit of an odd duck. A reporter who was scared of talking to people. I had never fully known anyone who got so hopelessly flustered in one setting. Unable to speak, Jackie's tendency became flustered and is famous among her freelance writer colleagues. When she conducted a long-hour interview during which she only managed to ask her interview subject's name, yet another chapter in the legend of hopelessly flustered Jackie. She couldn't talk to people, she certainly couldn't do interviews. If she couldn't get any real interview content, she wouldn't be able to write much in that way of copy. Would she come to his aid if he asked? Quite probably. The issue was whether she would hinder more than help. That's gonna have to be A. Beggars can't be choosers. No time. Yeah, beggars can't be choosers. Phone rang several times before a sleepy voice finally answered. Hello? Jackie, hi, it's Minoka. Are you free today? Huh? What? She seemed thrown by an abrupt question. Did you just wake up? Huh? No, I mean, well, yeah. Good morning. Her voice still sounded half asleep. So I'm guessing you don't have any work slated for today, as usual. Pretty much. No work, no money, no food. Nothing to do except sleep. If I'm not awake, I can't dwell on... Is this secretly that, Is this secretly that Sky Wish from, Luminous Arc? Because that would be quite a funny, coincidence. Didn't sound well, almost like she literally didn't have anything to eat. Well, I've got work for you. I'm over at 4-Star General Gossip. Get over here ASAP. What? You've been here? I see to finally wake her up. Yeah, but hurry. I decided to assign Jackie to the Rise and Fall of Shibuya's Vigilante Squad. First, I want you to take a look around Shibuya for this group of vigilante types. By vigilantes, you mean people who have volunteered to help prevent crime? There was a note of relief in Jackie's voice. Yeah, that's right. Except apparently now they've turned into a nasty gang. Did you just say street gang? Nuh-uh! No way, absolutely not. I could almost see her shaking her head on the other side of the line. What if I get killed or sold into slavery overseas or something? He doubted there was a chance of the latter, or the former, for that matter, but still, he understood her concern. It's a street gang, not a fucking mafia. Oh, I hear you. Then how about you go around Shibuya Station and do some street interviews for me? Street interviews? There's a nervous way for his voice. Yeah, just talk to normal, regular people walking around outside the train station. Should be fine, right? But Mr. Mullo, what's that? Oh, there's something called an OAD for reincarnated as a slime. I've still not finished watching that series. I should get back to that. Street interviewers views aren't really my. Apparently, it's beyond her capacity to give him a simple no. No buts. Just interview at least 10 people and give me an article by 6 o'clock. Okay. Originally, I planned to axe the Shibuya Now piece because it didn't have any content. Getting some quotes from people on the street would at least make up for a useful filler. That gave him a sudden idea. He'd take out the vigilante story himself and have Jackie handle Shibuya Now. That was plenty of work to keep 2 people occupied throughout the day. The more time-consuming organ market story would have to be cut. I'll explain what kind of interviews he was after. Mukawa, hang up. Okay, I've got us another writer. We'll get through Toyama somehow. I shrugged gloomily. Yeah, well, the thing is, there's actually one more problem. Are you kidding me? I couldn't hide his irritation. What is it now? The loan company is sending a debt collector over at 4 o'clock. But as you can imagine, I don't have a single yen to give them. That's less than ideal, yeah. So, what's the plan? Well, they've said provisionally that if next month's issue gets published, they'll be willing to wait on repayment. Then there's no problem. The issue's coming out guaranteed. But they're not going to take my word on that anymore. I'm going to need to prove it. If I could fill, say, half of the 12 pages by the time they show up. Oh, Jesus Christ. Alright, Mr. Brony. So, for starters, we need 6 pages by 4 o'clock. We had to get all 12 pages done as it was. That made a perfect midpoint to shoot for. Any other problems you'd like to let me know about? No, no, that's all. I really am sorry about this, Onikawa. Again, he bowed his head low and felt distinctly awkward. He had known Toyoma for years, and he had been kowtowed to like this before. Yeah, well, just let me handle it, alright? Onikawa unfolded the map of Shibuya. First order of business was deciding where to begin getting content. While the editing office is a circle, consider where to head next. Center G, where are they now? Society of Surveillance. Sexy Square! This is an Midoriya High School, notable alumni include famous actress Asumi Nakahara, national tissue prints. His educational philosophy is summed up in the slogan, words, skill and beauty. A very high percentage of the winners of the Miss Midoriyama contest go on to careers in the entertainment industry. Shibuya Vigilante is location to be determined. During Sages is 1 o'clock. The interview with the Shinazuni was where they now was 2:30, so this time was set. The question was what to do in the interim. Do we go for the drink sales or do we go for the electronics? The electronics might take too long, but the drink sales is a little early. Well, maybe you should just go to the center of G and start gathering material about the diet drink sales demo. Once the event started, things might be too busy for him to get any FaceTime. Yeah, exactly. Got there ahead of time, he'd be able to ask more questions. Okay, I'm heading out. And don't even think about doing anything else stupid while I'm gone. Got it? I'm going to toss the draft proposal into the bag and hurry out to the Heaven Publishing. Preparations for Burning Hammer diet drink sales demo seemed to be well underway when he arrived at the Nakani building. Onikawa could hear voices from somewhere ahead and made his way down the corridor. Knocked on the door and a tired-looking man put his head out. Yes, can I help you? Hi, my name's Onikawa. I'm a freelance writer. I'd like to interview you on Burning Hammer. Look at that face! Look at that face! Not to mention the afro. I mean, come on, man. Huh? Oh, an interview? The man's face lit up with an enormous smile. Are you the person in charge of him? I asked. That's me. Name is Shinichi Nishida. Thanks for your interest in Burning Hammer. Drink all you want and just burn those pounds away. Instant sales pitch, huh? Well, at least the guy was confident in his product. Is that tagline actually true? I asked. The more you drink, the more you lose? Absolutely! Here, have a try for yourself and you'll see. Here, free sample. Oh no. And he produced a small bottle from his jacket pocket. It was filled with some kind of red liquid. So, this is Burning Hammer, huh? Yes, and I don't mind telling you, it's a fantastic product. Perhaps while Yanshi's face spread from ear to ear. Open the bottle. Oh hey, he said quickly. Before you drink that, what? You're not an empty stomach right now, are you? Wait, what? Well, it's just, if you drink the product on an empty stomach, how do I put this? There are some minor health, I mean, it's just, the body might not, it's just, no, don't spill the details, it's fine. I said, I didn't have any breakfast this morning, but hey, uh-oh. Two toilet boy and drinking a single go. It didn't taste bad, really. In fact, it didn't taste much of anything. Not much flavour, huh? He said. Well, yeah, it starts out that way in the beginning. Are you feeling alright? Alright now? Alright, how? Well, you know, alright, are you sure you're fine? Look, what is it? If you want me to say something, just say it. Well, alright then. So it turns out that if you drink on an empty stomach, some nasty stuff can happen. Nasty stuff? Mean what exactly? Well, let's see. First is a tingling sensation on the tongue. Indeed, and a couple of tingling sensations starting to spread along the tongue. After that, your whole body starts to feel hot, like whoosh! And I felt a flush spread across the skin. You'll start sweating all over, so it was practically streaming from his pores. A sort of stream will start coming out of your ears and nose. Oh god! Well, he began to gush from his ears and nostrils as the kettle had reached a boil. And finally... What the fuck? From the last thing, his body launched into the air like a rocket. His head crashed in the ceiling and crumpled his heart. It felt like his heart might shoot out of his throat at any moment. Yeah, it goes kind of like that. It's finished. He looked down at me with pity in his eyes. It goes kind of like that? What the hell are you thinking, saying none of this? Well, it's just... This isn't a diet aid. It's a death trap. Shuddered, his whole body wrecked with pain. Well, be fair now, I did ask whether or not you were on your stomach. Ooh! Go to hell, you psychopath! That's absolute horror. You can't be allowed to sell this poison. I'm taking you down. President Sword lurched to his feet, his mind more than a blur. Die! He lunged for his foe. He just screamed. Over the course of the next 2 hours, chased a tired drink salesman around the building in a berserker haze. When someone finally alerted the police, it took 4 officers to subdue him, and when he finally gave him a sentence in a detention cell, the 4-star General Duxcon had long since passed. He turned to face the wall, muttering to himself, "If only I'd eaten breakfast." But there wasn't a chance to eat. Feeling the burn. Drinking Bunny Hammer turned him into a rampaging maniac who wound up getting himself arrested. So yeah, showing up at a sales demo ahead of schedule, bad call. Maybe when he had time to kill, he should have visited Endo Electronics instead. Thank you. God damn. Good lord.